Have you ever reacted to something and thought, why did I do that? Why did I shut down? Why did I snap? Why couldn't I speak? The moment ends, but the question stays. You replay it, you shame yourself, you wonder if something is wrong with you. What if nothing is wrong with you at all? What if your reaction wasn't random, but learned? What if it wasn't weakness, but wisdom? Because how we respond to fear, conflict, or pain is never just a personality trait. It's a survival pattern. One that once made sense. And the more we understand it, the more gently we can meet ourselves. So, which trauma response are you? Stay with me, you might recognize yourself here. Let's start with fight. Fight isn't always fist or yelling. Sometimes it's control. Perfectionism, urgency. It's the voice that says, if I can just stay in charge, I'll be safe. If I win, I won't get hurt. If I don't let anyone get close, they can't leave. Maybe your anger protected you when no one else would. Maybe your boundaries became walls because the world felt sharp. You learned to fight because it made you feel powerful, in a world that once made you feel powerless. And that made sense, but now your nervous system doesn't know the danger is past. So it keeps drawing swords in situations that need softness. This isn't your fault. This is your body remembering how to survive. Then there's flight. You run, maybe not with your legs, but with your thoughts. You're always moving, planning, escaping forward. You're restless when it's quiet, anxious when it's still. Because stillness is where fear lives, and you've trained your body to outrun it. You're not flaky, you're not scattered, you're just afraid of what might catch you if you stop. You learned to run when staying close became unbearable. And maybe now, even peace feels suspicious. But you deserve to rest. And the fear that says you can't isn't the truth. It's an echo. Then comes freeze. You disappear, not always visibly, but emotionally. You go blank, foggy, numb. You zone out mid-conversation. Your body is here, but you're not. You lose time, forget names, forget how to move. This isn't because you're lazy. This is because your nervous system decided, let's pause, let's play dead, let's make it through without being seen. Freeze is the body hitting the brakes. When everything feels like too much, it's your system saying, shut down to survive. And that may have saved you once. Now it just makes you feel stuck. But even stuckness is a kind of protection. And then there's Fawn, the least talked about, the most misunderstood. Fawn is when you try to become who others want you to be, to stay safe. You're the peacemaker, the shapeshifter, and you say yes when you mean no, smile when you want to scream. You learned early that love was conditional, that approval meant safety, that being good, pleasing, helpful kept the peace. So you abandon yourself to stay connected. And now even in safe relationships, you can't feel real because you don't know who you are beneath the mask. You're not fake. You're not manipulative. You were just trained to keep others comfortable at your own expense. And now, you're allowed to learn something new. Most people aren't just one type. You might fight in conflict, freeze in crowds, fawn in relationships, and flight when you get overwhelmed. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're adaptive. Your system tried everything it could to keep you alive. The goal isn't to eliminate these responses. The goal is to understand them, to ask, what was this protecting? What is this version of me afraid of? What would I need to feel safe enough to respond differently? Curiosity is the beginning of change, not shame, not willpower, gentle awareness. As we begin to heal, something shifts. The fighter learns to lay down their sword. The runner slows down to breathe. The frozen one begins to feel again. And the fawner learns to speak, to take up space, to say, this is who I am, and I'm allowed to exist. Healing doesn't mean we never get triggered. It means we recognize the moment, we pause, we breathe, and we choose differently. That's what nervous system repair looks like. Tiny, invisible choices. Everyday rewiring, not to become someone else, but to return to who we were before we had to protect ourselves. So, which trauma response are you? Maybe you're a mix. Maybe you're still figuring it out. Maybe today you froze, but tomorrow you'll fawn. That's okay. This isn't a test. It's a map. A map back to your body, back to your breath, back to the safety you never got to feel. This time, you're not alone.